Well, hello. I don't know where our lovely other host is, but I guess he'll show up. There he is, looking
Yeah,
like
here in the
Charles
pictures.
Woodson. There you go.
That's the second time I done heard that in 2 weeks.
You look just like him.
Yeah, people was saying that. I'm like, they're like, man, you know who you look like, and I know it's only a couple people that can say. And he's always one of them that people say I look like. I'm like, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
Huh?
So how
Now I
was
gotta look
y'all
him
week?
up. Let me see.
Oh yeah, he looked just like Charles Woodson, the sports analyst. Hmm. How was y'all week? How y'all doing? It's Tuesday
It's
again.
a good week.
I
Good
almost cut my
weekend.
hair.
You almost cut your hair.
Yeah, I almost cut it off. I almost did.
And what happened? Why didn't you cut it off? What was the
Um,
scenario?
I switched it up. So I'm gonna let the back grow in. So what I'm gonna end up doing is once the back grow back in, then I cut it down.
Cut it
I,
down some, and how? What do you mean by cut it down some?
then I go back to the fro hawk that I used to have,
Okay.
and then regrow it again, and then braid it again.
Oh my God.
Doing the most. Hey, look, Didi. I was told that since I'm able to grow my hair and I still have a great hairline intact, I need to utilize that
Gotta
and
enjoy it.
don't cut my hair off because it's gonna be a day possibly that I won't hair and it's so yeah.
It might
This
not.
is
You might
true.
always have hair.
You're right. I mean, I'm 41 now. I'm perfectly fine. I don't, I mean, maybe when I'm like what 60 something,
My
then
dad died with a whole afro. He had all his hair. He was 70 something years old.
all
He
right.
had
Some
full
people,
hair.
you're right. Some people, yeah, they just. So
It's
maybe you're right. I don't know, but
genes,
people.
baby.
I don't. Yeah, because most of my friends that lost their hair, they lost it in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yep.
in the 20s, it started getting real thin, and they was holding on for dear life. Like, buddy, let
That
it go.
line
I
just be
think
going back.
Let it
I
go.
think it like how was your grandparents? They like how was their hair? I think it skips a generation.
I think my mom's dad still had hair. I'm pretty sure he did. But he was 60. I think he was no, he might have been about 65 when he
Well, the
passed.
ball gene comes from the mom.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And
Oh, so her dad was good. It was his,
I think
yeah.
he had his hair. So when he passed away,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna be good. Well, for those of you who do not know who we are the Breaking Barriers podcast. And it is three of us that make up this trio. So I will introduce us so y'all get to know us a little bit before we get into these topics because we have a special guest coming on and we want to get into it. So I will introduce the legendary Charles Woodson twin himself, Mr. Adrian Taylor, aka
Mr. GC,
aka.
get my boogie on, baby.
Oh, well, all right, we're gonna be making another bit. Oh, never mind. Damn.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Hey, Lisa. And then we have my girl Drena, aka
Drena Dreen.
aka.
Drena finds out.
Let's find out what's going on in these streets, girl.
Man.
These
I'm,
streets is
listen,
popping.
I was gonna say swag, someone who admires God. I don't know why I find these things with Young Thug so funny. Why are they doing this?
Cause he going to
Anyway,
jail and he's staying in there and he gonna get a long, 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 long time.
anyway, we have
From my
our host.
understanding, the prosecutor ain't doing a great job. So they might be able to get him out of there. That's what I'm
They
hearing.
want him. They want him. They gonna find
Yeah.
a loophole. They
And
gonna
then
find a way.
we have our host. She always has the most going on. We never know what she gonna be at. Never know. Except for Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're not as a Core Queen podcast.
We don't know what gonna be Thursday because it's pre-recorded, child. But
Okay, yeah. We know what she gonna we know what she gonna be on Tuesdays. We have the lovely Miss Dee Dee, Miss
the core queen,
AKA
The year is almost over, and I'm excited about that. And I've been shaking the table all week,
Not shaking the
ruffling
table.
feathers, ruffling feathers, pissing people off, making people move. And that song Legette came out this week, y'all. Hey, Ressa. I want to say her name. I'll be messing her name up. What up? Whoa, 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 whoa.
What up?
It's like whoa. Listen, y'all. First of all, before we go, because last night I jumped on in the comments on the All Things Undone podcast with Granny. She is, she was on last week. Cheryl, she was our guest. They was cutting up on there, y'all. They were cutting up real bad. And the dude Ross that was on in our comments last week went over there. Tell me, oh, that's Granny.
Oh Lord.
He's like, Granny, I heard you was carrying something behind you. You was dragging that wagon. I'm like, oh my. Yo, it was a whole thing last night. Okay, talking about sex, it got out of hand. Listen, whoa, and Jonathan was on there like, wait, time out, wait. I said I could imagine Adrian being here right now. Oh my God, I'm always loose. Whoa, there ain't nothing new.
She got loose on her.
Anything. I wasn't as loose as Granny though. She was going, ooh, child, ooh, Lord.
She always be going in.
Ooh, last night, I said, Granny.
So we missed it last night.
Child. But we're gonna get into our trending topics of the week. I don't even want to talk about the NFL recap.
We got to talk about everybody getting hurt.
Oh man. Yeah, Cheryl almost broke the show last night. Like it was a lot. It was child. Yeah, who was it last night? What's his name? Trevor Lawrence.
He got hurt.
And why they didn't put that man on the card?
I don't know. They had him. It took him about 10, 15 minutes to walk off the field. And then another 10, 15 minutes to walk to the back.
Oh man. Him, who else got hurt?
Kirk, Christian Kirk got hurt last night, and then sheesh. I mean, all the quarterbacks that's currently down right now.
They showed that whole list. It was like 8 of them.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough right now.
Well, all the Saints fans' feelings got hurt again.
Man, I can't even watch the game because it's just so frustrating. I'm not even a fan. It's frustrating watching those games, the Saints games.
Yeah, my grandmother loves Golden Corral. I don't know. Do they have those up north, Golden Corral?
Yeah,
she loves Golden Corral. She asked me when I come and get her, which is like 15 miles in the opposite direction to get. Anyway, I brought a Golden Corral. My grandfather said he wanted to stay home and watch the game. When we got back, he was like, I should have went with y'all.
Yeah. Wait, whoa, what referee broke his fibula and dislocated his knee? What the heck was he doing? Oh my God. I don't know.
It's over with.
I just know one thing. I'm so sick. And when I say sick, I am extremely sick and tired of Dallas fans with their delusional asses. Like y'all so excited that the 49ers beat my Eagles as if they didn't beat y'all. Like they scored the same amount of points and y'all scored less points. Cut it out. And we beat y'all too. Y'all cheering for a team that beat y'all and we beat y'all too. I cannot wait till Sunday to get to this game with my son in Austin, Texas.
It's in Austin?
Well, the Dallas Stadium is in Austin. It's not in Dallas.
Really? How come I didn't know that?
Mm-hmm. I didn't either until we got there. And I'm like, we got to drive. What? Ugh. Yeah, it's in Austin. It surely is. Yeah, Google Dallas Stadium. It's going to come up with the address. Austin.
I learned something new today. I had no clue.
Player made a tackle and slung his body while tackling and took out the rest. Ooh, whoa. Jeez. Well, I guess we'll see next Sunday what's going on. But obviously a lot been going on in the bed with Nelly and Ashanti, so because they got a baby on the way.
She 43 and a baby.
Listen,
They
Lord,
say it ain't no Irv Gotti pissed.
listen, let me tell you something, Lord. Don't play. Do not play. I don't need that blessing. I'm good. Don't nobody need all the like. Come on. Look.
Hey man, it happens.
Well, I want to read from y'all. This is a podcast, well, Instagram page. It's called Not Your Typical Woman. Apparently, Ashanti blocked this page because I guess a few months back they tagged her in a post that said that Nelly would make her a baby mama before he'd make her a wife. So today they posted, didn't we tell y'all that Nelly would make Ashanti a baby mama before a wife? This was foreseeable. Whenever a woman cannot get the man she wants to marry her, she'll settle for being a baby mama just to keep that man in her or have access to him. That is the closest to a commitment that she would ever get from him, and she knows it. Bet you she's gonna have a baby shower as fancy as a wedding.
What if she didn't want to be married though? I mean, she is Ashanti.
50.
Yeah.
No, he is 50. He just had his 50th birthday party. She threw him the big party, bought him the big old school car. Yeah.
Nearly
50. His kids is like 23 and like 29 or something like that.
I mean, I knew he, but I didn't know. I mean, I just thought he was in his late 40s. I didn't know he was turning 50. Okay. That's what's up, old Nelly Nell. I feel you.
I mean, I don't know, y'all. Cause see, y'all know how I feel about marriage, right? I'm good.
I'm not against it. Like, you know how we typically say indecent and in order. But they grown and old. Like, they got their money, they well off. Like, Nelly took care of his 2 kids. Like, he was very active in their life. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't see him dipping off on her or nothing when she had a kid. Like, that's not his MO. You know what I'm saying?
I just can't imagine being my big age and pushing out a human being and not being married. I can't see. And I'm against it. I just can't do it because I'm not. No, that don't sound right to me.
I'm with you, but at the same time, I'm like,
no, I just can't.
You kind of got it. It is. It's kind of one of those fence things where you like, because she's 43, he's 50.
Right.
I don't know.
I feel like at 43,
they better stay together. I know that.
I feel like if you 43 and haven't had any kids, and you done found your way back to this person you was in love with, she probably want a baby, and that clock is ticking.
You found your way back. We know what we doing. You know what I want. I don't know. Maybe she don't want to be married. But
I'm saying we can't assume.
Maybe she got a power attorney in the will.
We can't assume that she like, what we doing? We need to be married.
I just couldn't imagine pushing a baby out at 43. Period. Married, none like at all. 43.
Out a baby at this big age, and I'm not saying me and my husband. I'm not. I am so against marriage. But a baby mama at 43, absolutely not.
I don't know, man.
Absolutely not.
I don't know, man.
Can I get a promise ring? Shit.
No, we ain't giving them out.
I promise you.
Oh, I don't know. That's, hey, they like it. I love it, honey. So we have a video for this next one. I don't know if y'all want me to play the long version or the short version. Y'all let me know for Charleston.
Oh, what I sent you didn't work? That was short.
Yeah, it does. It's just, did you want me to play that 1 minute clip? I don't know if people going. You want to give a background on it? I mean, I have the whole clip. I don't know if you want me to play the whole clip.
Whichever one you want to play, it's fine.
Because I don't know if everybody has heard wait a minute, she said a promise ring at 43. Oh, baby mama is crazy at 43. No, we got different last name. No. Sorry. Okay. Let's move on to Charleston. Y'all listen to this clip, then we'll talk about it afterwards. Oh God, what am I doing? Hold on, y'all. They done changed the goddamn shit. Oh my God, what did I just do? Hold on. All right, here we go. I clicked the wrong button. Which one did you see? Okay, here we go. All right, Charleston White and Cam Newton.
Saying has some truth to it. It's just the delivery. You standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say we smoking on Tuka. See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. Mm-hmm. They wasn't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no slut. I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing girls where I'm from, and that's on the radio. Girls on girls, that's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we driving to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing each other. They really, that nigga Thug said, nigga, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that nigga mama. And y'all worried about my delivery? These niggas are confessing to murders on songs. And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black sucking them talking about booty holes. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be hypocrites, black people. Y'all can't listen to this music if y'all so caught up in my delivery. Don't do me like that. And the way y'all snap and pop y'all pussy to this music, the way y'all kill and drill to this music, don't trip about my delivery. Hey, yo, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? I wear my pants like that because that's easy access, baby. Easy, why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention, and I was going to the Supreme Court changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So, nigga, I gave y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucking nigga that talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention. Checkmate.
I want you to play the next part.
You want to play the whole thing?
I want you to play the next part too, because he really go in.
We fucked up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases of teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Nigga, only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck are y'all talking about and these kids can't read? Come on, my nigga. So if we gonna be real, let's be real. I'm not bashing the black woman in her BBLs. I'm not bashing the black woman because she wearing eyelashes. I'm not fucking with the sister because she got too many baby daddies. I'm addressing men, boys and men, from Deion Sanders and his son to black people following a cult-like man, but won't support local. How can black people give all this energy to one man and all these other black coaches from high school to college? Why is it just this one man? And we abandon hashtag HBCUs, just like we abandon no justice, no peace for George Floyd. Are we still mad about George Floyd? Are we still mad about police shooting? Is that why we not kneeling no more? Are we still boycotting the NFL? What happened to all these things? What happened? Nigga, because I'm still stuck on Tamir Rice while y'all stuck on my delivery. I'm still mad why ain't now motherfucker tore up the country behind Tamir Rice. Baby Tamir Rice at that. Since we so in tune.
What's interesting is that I've been watching Charleston White for years. And literally he been screaming the same thing. He been screaming it. And like he said, like people literally ignored him until he started acting an ass. When he started acting an ass, everybody want him on his podcast. Everybody want to see him live stream. They want to share his stuff. He been inflammatory. Now everybody want to hear him.
His delivery, you worry about my delivery. It's it's such an oxymoron, right? Like you said, man, the rap music we love and listen to daily, we love it. But then when he get to talking about what he's talking about, what he's standing on, and it's real talk. Like, don't get it twisted. It is absolutely real talk what he's talking about. Oh, don't nobody want to hear it because his delivery too harsh. Make it make sense. So we got to spoon feed. So in our music, we ain't spoon feeding nothing in the music. We ain't spoon feeding nothing in the music. But let somebody stand on what they standing on and talk about what they talking about. And because they straight talking you, hitting you direct in your face with what they talking about. Your delivery is harsh.
You see it every day. You see it every day when I post something. I'm not being mean. I'm asking a question that has been plaguing our community with something, and we need to talk about it.
Right.
But because y'all so used to sweeping it under the carpet or making excuses for it, don't nobody want to talk about it, or they get offended, or they don't want to be held accountable.
Diddy, that's because a hit dog gonna holler every single time.
And they do it every time.
So, like you said, when you post something, them hit dogs gonna holler. Well, because why? They gotta look themselves in the face and realize they ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
and that's what I want you to do. Like I say all the time, I hope I offend you enough to change. Because I'm not here to tussle with you. We trying to figure out how to fix these things.
Right.
I don't want to argue with nobody. But and literally the only reason I post these things, especially for women, is because I was that. So I'm trying to show you what the other side look like, but you won't want to hear me. You don't want to listen. You want to tussle with me. I ain't about to tussle with you.
We say we stand on business, but long as it's fuck shit, that's what we stand on business on. When the last time somebody got out and said, I stand on business by holding my partner accountable for taking care of his kids. I stand on business by being faithful to my wife. I stand on business by looking out for the people around me. I stand on business by trying to be the best person I can be for everybody around me. We don't stand on business when it comes to that. We stand on business when it's fuck shit in the streets. Oh yeah, I ain't snitching, so I'm standing on business now. I'm hard. I'm gangster. I'm standing on business. Yeah.
And that's what's being perpetuated, and that's the things I'll try to ask men. Okay, so if you did these things when you were young, what are you teaching your sons so we can stop it? Why do we keep making excuses for being the low man on the totem pole, for being so financially irresponsible, for so long? Like, how do we stop it? Why do we keep doing it? Ain't nobody stopping y'all. I don't want to hear nothing about no system, none of that bullshit, because there's too much information out here now. It's too much access. It's too many people doing better than we were before.
People don't want to be the sacrifice, right? People don't want to do that. People don't want to be the sacrifice to control their sexual energy. They don't want to do that. They don't want to stand on that, right? It's easy to continue to do what was perpetrated before you, right? So you gonna do what you saw. Right? Even if you think it's wrong, you're going to continue to do it. Why should I do something different? Why should I change? This is what I was showed. This is what people did before me. Well, if you know it's wrong, do something different. Show the people behind you something different. Yeah. I can remember just growing up, like it was all about your sexual energy. Everything was about using it in the wrong way. And no one ever talked about controlling your sexual energy. Stand on it, man. Like, keep it to yourself. Don't do it. Like, if you don't want to have sex with her, don't have sex with her. I've never heard someone say that. Because I'll be honest, it was times where I was like, I ain't want to have sex, But to say that out loud as a teenager, right? Oh, you must be gay. So you don't even know how to have that conversation with somebody of, I ain't ready. I'm just not. It ain't even nothing. Like, no, I'm not gay. I love women. I'm just not ready for what comes with that. So who do you talk to when you're going up around everybody that glorifies it?
Wow. Damn. And that's where men have to step up. Like that barbershop talk, that locker room talk, all of that bravado has to, like, it really got to stop. Making it seem like because you sleep with this many people that make you a man. Like, come on. That's why we so behind. Because you spend so much energy doing that. Making all these babies with people who you shouldn't be making babies with, and just wasting so much time. Wasting so much time. Look, I had to get on my son the other day, y'all. He sent me a video of himself. When I tell you I was pissed off, I said, King, what's his name? Tiny and them son rubbed off on my goddamn child. He getting video doing the little gun. I was like, hold on, you ain't no thug. You ain't never lived in nobody's hood. You ain't no gangster. Don't you ever post no shit like this. You got scouts and all that looking for you, checking for you in colleges. Why would you want to be that? I said, see, this is why you don't have no phone during the week now.
That's not even what you come from. Like, you know, I think I sent y'all that video, and it's like, I'm gonna be honest, it's very big up here in this area because, I mean, of course, y'all have heard, you know, PG County is the richest Black county in America. But, you know, as far as the crime, it has the most crime in the state of Maryland. So make it make sense. Everybody want to be a thug. Everybody want to be a thug. Why? Like, why? Why do you want to be a thug? Why do you want to be a gangster so bad? You know,
you want to know why? Because of what your boy said in that video. Channing Crowder.
We got to that one yet, right?
That's the next topic. Because of what Channing Crowder, ignorant ass on the Pivot podcast, said on this video we about to play. This is why everybody want to be a gangster. I'm gonna play the video so we can give you the answer, Adrian.
Put out an album that was just talking about what he's doing now, giving away turkeys and giving away bikes. Nobody would buy that album.
Jeezy's last one.
Thank you.
I'm a Trapper Die Jeezy guy.
Come on, but he evolved.
And that album was terrible.
Oh, it was terrible. You said, no, look at this. I'm thinking we about to be on the same page.
I'm
about
just saying,
to dap you up.
No, we can dap up, but like,
same production.
Same production. It's Young Jeezy. He's one of the best ever. Trapper Die, all that stuff, man. Legendary song. Because, you might be talking to me when you talking. I don't want to hear Jeezy talk about that. Jeezy talking about investments and buying buildings. Huh?
You don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear it.
Well,
Jeezy, I bought a 1983 Monte Carlo SS, got the T-top cut in it and got alligator skin put in there because Jeezy told me to get an orange Chevy when I got drafted. Chevy same color Tropicana orange juice. I went and bought one, spent 80 racks on it because Jeezy told me to do it. Now he want to talk about, he's a CEO. That's good, Jeezy. Congratulations.
But Channing, here's the thing though. You're one of the most diversified people I know. You own fishing boats. You own properties. You're into real estate, right? Not only into real estate, you work in the media. Like you have all of these diversified portfolios. So why is Jeezy speaking about those things in his music? Not something you'd want to hear. And I'm not combating it because I think you're wrong. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as you talk, bro, and I respect it and I understand what you're saying, but talking about, transitioning the Airbnb to a long-term investment property, that's not good.
It's not gonna make you money.
It's not gonna make money, but it's just not interesting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So selling crack cocaine is interesting. Killing people on the corner is interesting, right? Beating folks up is interesting. Robbing and stealing is interesting. But how to make a bag isn't? But also this is coming from somebody that got a bag, which is already too in itself is a double entendre. I just can't understand like how he would get on here and say this. And not only that, and I get it because it's a podcast and they know Channing is a fool, and Ryan not checking him. He knew what he said was ignorant, but Ryan not checking him, and you know, and Fred not checking him. Like, bro, come on, bro, like for real. Like, you just said I brought a Chevy because Jeezy told me. Like, you just said that and then turned around and said, I don't want to hear you talk about investments. Like, shouldn't him talking about investments make you want to get investments if that's the case?
Yeah, like
I've said this, and I'll say this little point. I wanted a Suburban because 8 Ball talked about having a Suburban in his music. I wanted it solely because 8 Ball told me. There was no other reason why I wanted a Suburban. I wore Air Force Ones, the ugliest shoe to me. I'm sorry for y'all that love Air Force Ones. I would never buy a pair of Air Force Ones again in my life. I wore Air Force Ones because Nelly told me to. That was the only reason. You can only wear these shoes once or twice. They creased up and they're done. Like, they are the worst shoes, a waste of money to me. I would never buy a pair of Air Force Ones again in my life. But I wore them because Nelly told me to. Do we not understand the power in music? It is power in these words that they're speaking. And so think about if the power was him, you know, if me following that, he's talking about selling drugs, he's talking about killing, right? What if that took my attention? If he was rapping about that, and it's guys that gets that attention follows that. So to say I don't want to hear that, I don't want to hear you talk about investments. So you don't want a Jay-Z 444. You want Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt, which is a great album, right? But you don't want the progression, Jay, which, I mean, Jay-Z, we know Jay-Z went through that as he progressed, his music progressed, right? And, you know, everybody want the old Jay-Z. Well, buy my old album. I'm not there no more. Like, I'm a billionaire. Like, I'm not putting out that type of music. So it's real disappointing.
Hey, Mr. JR, I appreciate that. I listen, I appreciate you getting focused, my boy. Look, Will said he want to call in. Look, we ain't gonna be able to get to our guests. We got to get to moving. Like, oh my goodness. I don't know. I thought it was weird that he used the comparison of spending $80,000 on a car.
Old school.
Right, but you can't use that same analogy on investing in a property. That's weird.
He don't want to hear about the investments. He
Just
don't want to hear about how to invest. He want to hear about the BS.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, we are so far gone, y'all. Oh Lord, he called my phone over there. Hold on. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna get to our last hot trending topic. I don't even know what to believe with this, y'all. I really don't. Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. I don't know. I don't know.
So I don't know if y'all heard last thing, you know, because she said he cheated. So of course his people came out and said absolutely not. He did not cheat on her. You know, it's a court custody battle because, you know, Jeezy wants 50-50. She don't want to give Jeezy 50-50. That is the dumbest thing that I think happens. If you are both capable adults, I just think that you should have 50-50 custody. Like, I don't get it. Unless he's, you know, unfit, right? A parent is unfit. I think if you split, it should be 50-50. I don't understand why it's like, no, you just get minimal visitation rights. It can't be 50-50 where he gets her and, you know, takes her and spends time with her. Like, you gotta, you know, be the sole bearer of the child and you control when he sees her and all of that. I don't know. I think that's stupid, but she's also hurt because she's gone on record saying she did not want this divorce. She has been trying to fight the divorce, but she don't want to give him 50-50 custody of the child. So I think she's on a smear campaign now. He don't want to talk about it, but she does.
That ain't even his MO.
Yeah.
Not even. I found it weird that she, in one breath, says that he cheated on her, but then in the next breath, when she did the interview the other day, she said that she found out about the divorce like we did, and she was gutted. So, was it cheating or? Because he knew that the prenup, what the prenup said, if he cheats, she gets half. So why would he file for divorce? What she's saying doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
She just hurt.
And in
Hurt,
those cases,
married.
only the people involved are the ones that end up losing out because the lawyer's gonna make all the money. Your child's gonna suffer because they're gonna have bitter parents on both sides. Like it's never a win-win. Like Adrian said, if there's no harm in your child going over there, like he's not gonna be in any harm's way or whatever, you might as well just go ahead and bite that bullet and do 50-50.
I think with her particularly, I think women like her as well, they can't fathom or even accept the concept that we're not together. He's on the road a lot. Who's going to be with my child? So if he starts dating somebody else, they're going to be around my child. Like that whole scenario plays out in your head, and you like, oh no, I need to have sole custody of my child. Like, I don't even know why he married that lady, but yeah, I don't even. She showed all her cards on the show she was on, and I'm confused on why he chose her anyway.
I don't know.
I mean, not only am I confused why he chose her, I'm confused that she even accepted.
Me too.
Like I'm confused all the way around because he like, especially hearing what she said, I was shocked. And I think that because you know he isn't typically her type, and she fell in love with him, and if she said all these great things, and now he wants to end it, I think she's embarrassed. I think she's extremely embarrassed, and she's like, "This is my last chance to shame you, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to shame you." So we're gonna see how this goes.
It's gonna be different. We're gonna do one icebreaker because we ran long on the trending topic, so we can bring our guests on. I'm gonna do this one since I think it's funny. Would you give up sex for 5 years for $1 million?
Is it all
No.
kind of sex? Any type?
It's a no for me.
Is self-pleasure included?
Oh my God, Drena.
These are important. This is important to know.
I ain't giving up none of it for no $1 million for 5 years. Hell no.
Nah.
Be mad as hell year one and my money gone and I'm sitting there looking crazy. No.
Right, you sitting here, you frustrated. I couldn't do it.
Never.
Personally, I couldn't do it. I let y'all have that one. I can't do it. I mean, like you said, Drena over here trying. See that also tells you that Drena ain't doing it because she over here trying to make a rule. Hold on now. Can I self-pleasure myself for 5 years?
I'm just asking.
You ain't gonna want to do it. I'm trying to tell you. You're gonna get to a point where you're like, hold up, this ain't it. I'm good. No. The fact that you even need it. Nope. I couldn't do it. Y'all can have it. I can't do it. Right. Now, if we said 20, I might think about it.
Yeah, because that's going to get you through the 5. Like
right.
You ain't
that's different.
Yeah.
Because never mind. I don't want to say that on here, but like that's. I'll just say that's not worth it to me. That's not worth it.
Longer than the presidential term. Hell no.
That's not worth it. No.
All right, y'all. We're gonna bring on our guest. I'm not sure which one of y'all is introducing her, but she was here last week, so they might remember my girl.
We have Frances coming back on. Frances is a Gulfport native. She is a teacher in the Gulfport School District. She's also the chess coach. We didn't mention that last week. She's the chess coach, and she's also, affiliated in the community in different avenues. And she's a youth leader at Morningstar Baptist Church.
All right. Welcome back, Francis.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
What's
I'm
going
so
on?
happy you're back because
so
you didn't
much.
really get to talk.
Hold on, what morning started? You see how long I've been gone? What morning
It's over
started?
there in Surf City, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Sarah City.
Yep.
Okay, yep. All right, I know. I know all the black churches. I had to go to them all for. I had to sing at them. All that. Yeah. When
Oh
I was
Lord, that's right. You was the church kid.
I was a church kid. I don't sing no more. Not in public.
You ain't gonna give us a tune or two?
No, ma'am.
Me.
Not anymore. That's on. I only got a house voice now.
Oh my God. House of the Lord.
No, my home.
Jason, you look different with your hair out.
You know, I gotta, switch it up every, now and then.
Your hair went. See, look at that. Your
Well,
hair
what
went
was-
like that last week. Okay, maybe not.
Maybe last week was it curly or was
maybe
it back?
was it back or
It might have
Probably
been pulled back.
Yeah.
maybe
Okay,
it's
maybe
it
it's
was
cool.
pulled back.
Well, we are going to get into our first main topic.
Yeah.
We both said if you sang back in the day, bro, you was holding out when you went to church with me. Oh my God.
I was in my rebellious stage at that point, and I was not trying to sing in church.
You know what?
I didn't want to be a part of church, just so you know. I was
Oh.
forced. So I was going to sing background because I remember you and Julius, up there, forced to sing. Yeah. Talk on it. Yeah.
Oh. Your mom ain't whoop you and make you go up there?
At that point, I was a teenager. Like, I was like 15, so it was different at that point.
Adrian, what are you, a tenor?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. They had me up there singing, leading songs and all that. So let me say this before we move on.
I can't.
I wished that I knew singing was cool because if I would have known growing up that singing was cool, I would have definitely been a singer. I'm just saying. But I thought it was whack. I thought it was not the thing to do. So I wouldn't let people know that I could sing. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. No. So unless you caught me at church, you did not know at all that I was singing. I'm just
You
saying.
could have been the next Tyrese.
I'm just saying. I thought it was lame.
Which
Because
part
everybody
on
was like
Silent
me.
Night? Which part on Silent Night is your favorite part to sing?
You know what?
So we know what you sound like.
Dwayne, he still does now. What do you mean?
Why y'all doing me like this right now? Come on now.
He still thinks everything's whack now.
I did not think singing got you the girls. No, I just did not think that.
I'm trying to think in church that the guy.
I did not think that at all.
No, for me in church, the drummer. It was the drummer for me.
See what I'm saying? Now, if I was busting them drums, I would have been all in it.
He was the cool guy.
I'm just saying, I did not think the singer. And then you start seeing singers, and you like, oh man, okay, well, I played myself on that one, I guess. All right.
But most of the singers, if I can remember, male singers back in the day, they was kind of,
See, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. So it was like only the stars that you saw, and still, right? We hear stories about them. So it was like, nah, that's not for me. I'm not singing. I'm not letting nobody know I sing. I'm good on this. So
unless you was real old, one of the old men. But the young ones was the.
No. I would not know because I did not grow up in the church, so this is all new for me. I did not grow up in the church. I started going to the church. Actually, I started going to the church I'm attending now, Morning Star, because my daughter, my 7-year-old, said, "Mama, I want to sing." We're going to Northwood, which is a non-denominational church, and they have a choir. And she said, "Mama, I want to sing," and I knew what that meant. And so we had to go and find a church for her to sing at. Now she's singing in multiple choirs, and she in the praise team, and they in the play, and I got to be in all this stuff because they and so I'm roped in all the way. I'm all the way roped in on everything. So yeah.
This fool.
Oh God, really, Mr. JR? All right, y'all. We about to go.
Yo! Oh my goodness, that's funny. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
My son said hi, y'all.
What up?
Doe?
What up?
Help me. Pray for me, y'all. I'm not. Kenny, bye. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's get into the first question.
All right.
All right. So why do women protect men that abuse them? Why do y'all think that is?
Well, I don't think that they necessarily are trying to protect them. I think that it's mostly just it's an embarrassment. Like the women are embarrassed, and so since they are a unit, it's a part of their guilt and shame and embarrassment. So they're kind of trying to hide the embarrassment. That's what I really think it is.
Could it possibly be denial?
I don't really think it's really denial. I think it's really just embarrassment.
Okay.
I mean, you can say denial. You can maybe say they maybe think it's not as bad as it is, but even still, it's still part of embarrassment. I think that's what it really boils down to.
I feel like some women,
My daughter.
they
Hey,
know.
baby.
Hey, girl. I think that some women know that, like, they're gonna forgive him. So if I tell my family or my friends, they're always gonna look at him this way. But when she feels like if I forgive him in a few days, they'll still be mad at him. So I'm not even gonna bring it up, at this time, because I guess, like Adrian said, the denial part. Maybe they don't think it is as bad as it is.
I had this huge debate about this the other day with one of our past guests on the show. And he was so adamant about, well, I don't understand why women just won't leave. Like, why? Like, I'm like, have you ever talked to somebody that's been abused? Like, it's not that easy. Like, oh, he went to work today, I'm gonna just head on out. I'm like, it's not that easy. So they're literally like, I think like Francis said, we're trying to save face here. I don't want people to look at me differently. I don't want people to look at me like I'm weak. Like, it's a whole like facade that they're putting on so that people don't know, or people won't look at you like, oh, she must be doing something wrong, or if he's the one getting abused. And then, like my daughter said, like, you're literally being brainwashed every single day. Somebody is showing a good side, and then the monster comes out. Then they show a good side, and then the monster comes out. And they're like, wait a minute, is it me? Like, am I the crazy one? And they're literally gaslighting you to make you feel like something is wrong with you.
Yeah, you're being gaslit a lot. Like, and you do feel crazy. Like, am I like, okay, there's something, like I'm missing something. Or did I do this? Or did I really do that? Did he really say that? Maybe I took it the wrong way. And you're constantly questioning yourself all the time.
And protecting them at all costs. So nobody looks at him like he's the bad guy.
Yeah. And then if something does happen, or you do happen to say something to somebody else, then the first question people tend to ask is, okay, so what did you do wrong? Or what was your role in all of this? And then, then you kind of get defensive, like, well, I didn't do anything, and then you have to explain your role in the whole process. That, well, see, yep, that's what you did wrong. That's what you did. That's what you said. You should have said that, or you shouldn't have did that. Not understanding, okay, well, this is not new. This is something that's been going on for a long time. So it gets kind of ugly, and then it's hard to explain to other people the long strand of that, or the history behind it. So it's easier just to save face and just be like, okay, well, just not even gonna talk about it.
Yeah. Dwayne said, so is it they are being beaten into submission and loyalty, aka trained?
I think it's a mental beaten into submission. I wouldn't say like physically. Some people are physically beaten like up front. I think after a person has been mentally beaten into submission, and then when the other person can't be mentally beaten into submission anymore, I think then there's a physical that comes along after that.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times, like when I was having this conversation with this guy, he just could not wrap his mind around it. I said it's because you've never been in this, like your thought process isn't like that. You're a man, so you can protect yourself in that way. Like you're not going to be able to understand that and empathize with somebody because you were coming to me with like all of these, well, this doesn't make sense. That's just stupid. That don't. And I'm just like, I said, you have daughters, and I pray to God nobody ever does this to them.
Yeah. And also I wanted to, say that like in the past, I would say that the person that I was with had like a perfect facade that they put up. Like in the public eye and in terms of my family, this person presented like the perfect person. Like around my family, he would like help take out the trash and very polite, and like they were in love with him. Like, oh my gosh, this person was so great. But then like later on, when I started explaining things that were happening, they were like, there's no way. There's no way. Like he wouldn't do that. There's no way. Like, and it would totally discredit what I was saying because of what he had done in the past. And he had done such wonderful things, but that was like so long ago. And so they were going off his history, and me trying to explain what was happening like later on. They were like, there's no way. There's no way he would go to work and sit in his car and not actually go to work. There's no way he would take all the money out of the bank account and not pay any bills. There's no way he would do that. And I'm like, yes, he did that. Like we don't have any money because he took it all. Like I don't have anything because he took it.
Jesus.
Like stuff like that. Like there's no way. So it's kind of hard to, and so it's easier just to save face and pretend like, oh, everything's fine. It's okay, because it's hard to combat that.
So as you're going through that, like, what do you say to him?
I mean, you can ask questions, or you can, I mean, you're in your own home. You're verbally fighting with the person who's doing these things, but then they have a million excuses as to why they're doing it. They won't tell you the truth, but you'll find out later that they maybe gambled all the money away or did whatever with it. But there's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can do.
That's terrible. Mr. JR, yes, we actually, I said it earlier that it can be man or woman being abused. I was just speaking in terms of my friend who was talking as if it's just so impossible for somebody to be abused and want to get out and don't.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to our next topic. Is this the question of the week? I don't know. I gotta tell me. Do domestic abusers show red flags before they abuse?
I would personally say yes. Now, I did not want to recognize those red flags. Like I did recognize them, but in my haste to want to be married and have a happy union, I did not want to pay close attention to those red flags. I was, under the impression that things would get better. And in talking to my friends and family, they were like, oh, you just have cold feet. Everything's going to get better. When you get married, things will settle down and just, everything's already paid for. Just get married. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I'm not lying to you. Like, oh, you just have cold feet. Just, it's going to be great. It's wonderful.
Nice.
I'm like, I'm not sure about, oh, you just have cold feet.
Oh my God.
So you had the red flags even before you got married.
Oh yeah. I was like, I'm serious. I'm not sure if I should get married. And I gave the reasons X, Y, and Z. And they were like, well, you just have cold feet. I mean, at the time I was 35 years old. And realistically, honestly, truthfully, I'm an African-American woman. And we don't get proposed to very often. Like we might get a proposal once in a lifetime. Like there's not a lot of like Black men just jumping at, just like, hey, Black woman, marry me. Like we don't get that very often. So it's like, okay, so I'm 35, I already have a child. I don't have my clock is ticking. I do want a family. I have somebody who was willing to marry me, and you know, I love him. I do want to get married. He showed me some red flags, but I guess I could take a chance. You know, look, marriage is work, and I guess you're right. I should go for it. Okay, so I'm gonna go for it.
God.
And so I went for it, and yeah, now I'm divorced.
And the people that were in your circle telling you this, were these women?
Yes.
And were they married?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I have had people who were getting married, and I felt like there were red flags, but on the outside looking in on people's relationship, like it's really hard to have that conversation. Like I learned at a young age, like it's hard to tell people, but when it comes to matters of the heart, because most of the time if you approach a woman that's your friend and you tell her about her man, you're gonna be the bad person at the end of the day. So like if I'm gonna go to this person and they're like at the time of their life where they're supposed to be excited and, you know, ready to get married, I can't go to them and be like, hey, don't you think this is kind of odd? Because I'm gonna lose a friend at the end of the day. I'm gonna lose that person. So what do you do like in that situation? It's really tough.
I wanted somebody to tell me. I wanted somebody to be like, look, girl, I don't know. I would be like, yep, you right. You right.
I think when it comes to abuse or something like those type of red flags, we're gonna have to talk about this.
Well, see, it wasn't abuse. He just had some tendency. It wasn't abuse. It was just that, you know, he switched jobs every 3 months. It was like some things that just weren't consistent. And I just couldn't quite put my finger on it. He wasn't abusive in terms of like physically abusive. It was just some things that just weren't consistent. That later on turned like one thing led to another, and eventually it like I was the cause of all of his life's problems. And I will say that this past weekend, I think the New York Times put out an article saying that this year had the highest number of mass shootings ever in America. I think we're up to 36, 37 as of this past weekend. And exactly the same verbiage that the last shooter said is the same thing that my ex-husband said to me during one of his rampages, because he was one of those people who got the big black dilated pupils and would black out and not remember what he said or did. Come to my house, even though we had a restraining order, and not remember coming to my house. Last time was on Halloween, took pictures. You had to go to the police department and press charges again. Yeah, kind of like one of those things.
You got a gun?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but this guy actually killed his ex-wife and their children. But yeah, so those kind of situations. And
you live down there?
No, he moved away to
Okay.
two states over. But that kind of stuff, that's what that, like those things trigger me. So
Lord have mercy. See, Adrian, when we had the conversation about the red flags, you talking about, I'll give you 3. No, I'll give you 1. Because we're not collecting these money.
Whoa, Didi. Whoa. It's we talking different.
A red flag is a red flag, because if somebody give you 1 red flag in the beginning of dating them, you're gonna go back like that. Every single time you've seen a red flag, it ends in damn.
It's one thing for someone to kind of stumble over their words in communicating, because you know, you might be like, okay, they're kind of nervous. Let me change that, because I don't want it to be red flag. I wanted to say more of they could possibly be nervous, right? Let me kind of give it 3, because I told you I do 3 dates. Now, if I'm still seeing the same situations after 3 dates, it's a wrap. That's what I was saying. I ain't saying nothing crazy. If it's crazy, I told you I'm done on the first date.
Over words ain't a red flag,
right? That's what I'm saying.
A
like
red flag is a red flag.
You sitting here saying like red flag. I'm like, whoa, no. I ain't.
That's a red flag. Red flag means stop. Do not pass go.
Right.
Here.
Right. But what I'm saying is my thing is things that could possibly be explained. And I'll find out if they can be explained in a date or two later after this one. Unless they come out completely crazy, then I'm like, yeah, I'm good on that. But if there's like, maybe they're nervous, maybe we were out of their element. Let me see. Let me give you a chance. Now, if you're still showing the same thing in the next day, like, I'm good. Like, no.
But that first time ended up what? The same results. Had you listened to the first one, you wouldn't have to get to the third one. Just saying. They never end good.
Sometimes.
I think you're saying sometimes you don't know if it's like a red flag or not. So for me, right. The whole job thing, like I would not have been able to pinpoint that he was unstable, like mentally unstable, if I didn't know that he couldn't keep and hold a job past a couple of months. Like he couldn't keep a job. Like his employer could see that he's not able to work or come into work because he was an alcoholic that he hid from me. He was an alcoholic. And then I found out after we had a child that he had like a really long diagnosis. So yeah, I wouldn't have known, like if I would just like, okay, well, you can't keep a job past 3 months. Like after 90 days, like you already on to the next job. And I thought he couldn't find his niche. Thought he could, was out of sync with, but I was explaining, like even now it's like, okay, well, he couldn't find his niche and he didn't really like that. And, he didn't finish college. And so like, he's out of his element here on the coast because they don't have a lot of job opportunities. No, he just couldn't keep a job.
Where did y'all meet, Francis? Do you mind?
Oh, he saw my Facebook page and he would just show where I was.
Francis, come on, man. Hold up, we gonna come back to we can't leave that right there. Hold up, say that one more time because I think I heard what you said, but I need to make sure I heard what you said.
I had said that he would stalk my Facebook page, and if I mentioned I was gonna be somewhere, he would just show up where I was. So we actually met in an art gallery during Black History Month.
If that ain't a red flag, I don't know what the fuck is.
But when did you find that part out?
6 months after we met. Because we had a friend, and one mutual friend. We had one mutual friend. Just one. Where's the camera? Right there. Okay, yeah. One.
This thing on? This
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, Adrian?
Huh?
Speak, Adrian.
So
I like art galleries and Black History Month. You know, I like history,
so how your brothers feel about him?
My brothers, we don't really talk. You mean now or at the time?
At the time.
I mean, he seemed cool. It's just, but he seemed cool. But my little brother he was like, he didn't want to say nothing out the way, but he wasn't like 100% feeling them, and he didn't really hang out with them. And he was like, but if you like him, then he must be all right. But that's how my little brother felt about him. But my little brother to me.
So did he pretend to be interested?
Like, hey, sit. I don't know. I wish somebody would just came up and say, you know what? I don't know. But after the fact, everybody was like, you know what?
I wish I would have known you because I'm like, that's some crazy shit. Block him and don't talk to him no more.
See, I think everybody just wanted to be happy for me. I think that's what it really was.
We would have been happy with somebody else.
Everybody wanted to be happy for me, but at the same time, like I would have liked some pure honesty. Like I feel like I'm honest with people. If I don't like somebody, I'm like, girl, I don't like him. And maybe I'm overly honest with people, and so maybe people were like, you know what, I'm not gonna do her like she did me.
I would have cut all the people off. They wouldn't have been my friend no more.
I think
hell no. What you was about to ask, Drena?
I don't even. I was gonna ask her. So when y'all got together, when he met you at this art gallery, did he pretend to be like into what you were into?
Yes, he did the whole mirror thing. Like they say that it was like dating myself. Like how you say, oh, I love that, and they're like, me too. Like, oh my gosh, like we just had so much in common. But it was really that he liked everything I liked because I said I liked it.
Oh, I wish I was your friend back then, girl.
And it just seemed like, oh my gosh, this is great. And then after we got together, it just like little by little, he stopped liking everything I liked. Like we didn't work out no more. And then like a couple of years later, like I went from the size I am now to like just not, I didn't even look like myself after a while. Because he didn't want to do nothing. He didn't even want to walk down the street with me. We didn't go nowhere. He didn't want to do nothing. It was awful. All he wanted to do was drink. And drink.
He did the old fake and bake on you.
Yep.
I'm gonna do what I need to do to get you. After that, I'm gonna flip the switch.
Yep.
What
yep. So now if I notice any inconsistencies on a date or something, like if you 6 months in and we like smooth sailing, and then you start switching up on me, I'm like,
you can't do that.
I get scared, and I be like, I gotta go.
Fellas, word of advice, man. Start and gradually get better. Like, don't jump out the gate doing stuff that you cannot keep up.
Don't be taking me to New Orleans to the football game and all this stuff.
Right. And you're not going to continue to take her to the football games in New Orleans. Like, no. Start low and then start taking her to football games in New Orleans. So it looks like a treat. Like, oh, okay, my man took me to football. Okay. Like, yeah, nah, you can't jump out the gate. But and I think men, that's what men do. Men jump out the gate because they want to get you and impress you so hard, but they don't think about, oh, well, I have to keep this up. Like, I have to continue. This is how I got her. This is how I met her, got her. I need to continue to do this. You can't. Like, most guys can't. So start where you are comfortable doing those things. I mean, do something, right? You got to get her attention. But
Cheesecake Factory.
Right. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cheesecake Factory on her birthday, then take her to Roof Chris. Don't come out the gate taking her to Roof Chris. Where you going from Roof Chris?
Paris. I like Paris.
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
We getting flued out.
Right. But look, you know what I'm saying? If you go from Cheesecake Factory, you know what I'm saying, to now a little bit more uppity restaurant wherever you live, you know, and then now y'all might take a little trip to Miami or Vegas, right? Then next thing you know, y'all going out it's baby step this thing. Don't jump out the gate going to Roof Chris. Then the expectation now is when you go on a trip, we going to Paris. You can't even go to Miami or Vegas now.
I got my bag.
You can't even do Miami or Vegas. She looking at you like, we went to Roof. Right. Like, I can go to Miami on my own dime. What we doing? What we doing? See? Nope. Can't do it.
I want to address this comment. Mr. JR said that in a weird way, it sounds like he still care about him.
Which one? The ex-husband or the ex-boyfriend?
The ex-husband.
I married the man.
Right. I'm like, it's okay if she do.
I'm not gonna ever get back with him. Don't worry.
You have a child by him, right? Like, you know,
I have a whole family. We had a whole family.
So it's, you know what I mean? Like, you don't just
But I will never.
Not saying that you would get back with him, but you don't lose that.
Never. But I still love him. I can say that. I still love him. But he gonna stay way over what he is, and I'm happy that he got somebody else. I'm happy that she is taking care of him. Wherever they are in Texas, I love her for that. I love them together.
Love that for you.
I love that for them. Keep them.
Oh, we're gonna move on to the next topic, y'all. I believe this one was the question of the week. Maybe, why do victims stay with their abusers? Is that the question of the week? I think it is because I responded to this. Oh shit!
I did. Hold up.
Is that the question of the week?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's Stockholm syndrome. Like they really just start to empathize with their abuser. They build some type of relationship with them in a way to make them feel like the abuser is not so bad. And they just really mentally are screwed up. Like they get screwed over so bad because it's just a daily mental thing that this person knows that they have control over them and they can manipulate them every day into believing that they're a great person.
Mm.
And a lot of people will say, well, I don't want to be another person that walks out on this person, or like he needs me or she needs me. Like I don't want to leave him like the rest of his family did. Like people will say these things to you and like really pull at you because you're a good person and they know how to pull your strings. So saying stuff like that, or if somebody threatens to harm themselves if you leave, like you don't want to be the reason somebody does that for leaving, because then you're in your mind it's like, oh, I would be a selfish person, like I wouldn't be able to, I would feel horrible if this person harmed themselves because I left, not knowing that person really needs help and I can't give it to them.
Yeah. What say you, Francis?
So, I think sometimes it's just easier to stay. This I think it's more difficult to go. Um, I think there's many different reasons why. I would say for me, I had to like build the strength and courage to leave. The only reason why I was able to leave is because I feel like he trained me to leave. When it got to the point where I was able to do everything by myself, I was ready to go at that point. When I was able to get up, get the kids ready for school, come home, cook, like take care of all the bills by myself. Like when I did not need him anymore, then I was fully trained and I could be by myself. But it wasn't until then that I was ready to go, when I really did not need him to be there anymore, that I could go. Because I guess in some aspects, when you have somebody who is using you or abusing you, you need them for something. They have something tangible that you need, whether it's, finances or something else that they have that you need. You can't go. But it wasn't until I was able to manage that I could go.
Wow.
I think that financial part is important. Like a lot of people always talk about, grandmothers wasn't leaving they men. They couldn't. They didn't have no money. Where were they gonna go? They couldn't get no job. What was they gonna do? Like they had to stay. They had to stay there.
Dang. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept because most people say, "Oh, just leave, like just go." I'm like, where they gonna go?
Yeah.
This their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And most abusers make sure that you're completely dependent on them for everything, so you can't leave them.
Nope, can't leave. And so
And
yeah, that's
even if
that's.
you
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, even if you aren't dependent on them in that way, like sometimes you'll have people, they'll make sure you're completely cut off from all the other people in your life. So if you do want to reach out for help, who you gonna reach out to? Because
Yep.
you didn't put all the people off. You don't talk to those people anymore.
Yep. They isolate you.
Yeah. So I remember that. Okay, so my oldest daughter, Taylor, I used to live in Washington, D.C., and I know that when her dad and I were together, and we had gone through a breakup, and I was kind of, we were over the whole relationship, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to move out. I'm going to leave. And I think he was trying to call my bluff because I'm all the way in Washington, D.C. I have like this 2 or 3 year old baby, and I have no family up there. And he was like, all right. And he was like pretty much like saying, like, well, where are you going to go? You'll be back within a few days because, you know, where you going to go to your friend's house? She has her own family. You know, you'll be back in a couple of days. And I'm sure that's what he was thinking. But little did he know, like, you have to plan to leave. You can't just up and go. So while he was asleep, I would like pack my little stuff. And little by little, like by the end of the week, I was like all packed up. And I told him, I was like, all right, I'm leaving and I'm gonna be gone. And he was like, all right. And so I went to work, and I left work at noon, came home, packed my little stuff up, and got my little baby out of daycare and started making my little trek in my little SUV home. And by 6 o'clock that night, he was like, well, I never asked where you're gonna go, because he never asked me where I was going. And I was like, I'm going home. He was like, what do you mean going home? I was like, I'm going to Mississippi. And he was like, no. I was like, well, you never asked me where I was going. And he was like, there's no way, you have to come back. You have to come back. I was like, no, I'm halfway home now. And he never fathomed that I was going to go all the way back home to Mississippi. He just thought I was going to just go to my friend's house and come back. But I'm just saying, you can't just you have to plan an exit. Like, there's no just leaving. And I'm not saying that, it was abusive or anything, but you have to plan an exit strategy.
Yeah.
And you shocked the shit out of him.
Yeah. He tried to come back and get me, but I'm like, no. No.
Oh my God. That's crazy. And I could just imagine like the women who go to like those different like shelters and places, like trying to escape. Oh, that's just
I can imagine that's crazy. With kids and stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. I think a lot of people don't know that they have places you can go to that will help you, like plan, like, okay, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? When are you gonna do it? Like, you don't have to necessarily go there, but they will help you put a plan in place.
Yep. And they will. And hide you from them clowns. All right, we're gonna go to our next question. This is a good one. What would you do if you knew there was domestic violence in the house or apartment next to yours? Oh.
I'm calling the police. I call the police anyway. I can hear gunshots down the street. I'll call anyway. I can hear gunshots down the street. I'm calling the police. Hello, police. I heard gunshots in my neighborhood and I do not feel safe. Could you please send a patrol car to come through?
That be your voice on First 48.
Hello, police. I do not feel safe in my neighborhood. Could you please send someone? Don't feel safe.
Yeah, I would probably call the police. I wouldn't intervene because that's dangerous.
No, you don't intervene. You just call it and say, I don't feel safe.
That's dangerous.
Come through.
I will call the cops.
Yeah, definitely call the cops. Like, try to make sure if there are children over there, they aren't in harm's way. But for sure, call the cops.
Yeah. I think the thing is, people, if people know that others will report or that they're listening or someone will say something, they're less likely to continue that same behavior.
Yeah.
But if you don't say anything, then it's going to continue. And then not only will you have to continue to hear it, it's just going to get worse. Yeah. So, and then you have that on your conscience if something does happen. If something were to happen, you have it on your conscience forever and ever. And that you could have said something, but you didn't. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I wouldn't want that on my conscience, personally. So,
let me tell y'all, I know it was a movie. I was going to say, I know it's a movie, but Michael Ealy will never be the same to me. After seeing when he threw them kids, what? That is still like so traumatic to me. And I know it wasn't real.
I can't watch that movie again.
Hold on, which one y'all talking about? Which one?
For Color Girls.
Color Girls.
Oh.
That
I thought, well, what about Mano's brother?
Yeah, him either.
When he
raped that lady.
That part too. That's why I can't watch them two parts.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
It was a very traumatic movie, but I was like, I don't care what they put Michael Ealy in. I don't care how good they dress him up. No, I always see him as this character.
Yeah. Mr. JR said, Do you think the abused become the abuser and roles reverse? Of course, people emulate behavior all the time. That's how most abusers were created because they were abused. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think also because sometimes that there's no one's held accountable. Like if someone has watched someone else been abused, let's say if a younger person watched an older person abuse someone and there were no consequences, then they're like, oh well, okay, so I can do that too, and there are no consequences, but or no one held that person accountable. But that's the same thing in almost anything. If there's no consequences or no one holds the next person or the person accountable, then the behavior continues because there's no accountability.
Yep. Kind of sound like all of these sexual assault allegations coming out because that was the norm back then. It was
Yeah.
you just do it. This is normal because nobody's ever held accountable. Now it's like, oh, why'd you wait so long? Well, because I wanted to still breathe. I didn't want to die.
Very true.
All right, and then speaking of that, why do so many people victim blame? Or why is it so hard to believe allegations? People have a hard time believing them.
I think it's because the person that's portrayed, right? We have this image in our mind of who these people are, especially if you know that or we think, let me say that, we think we know that person. So it's kind of hard to see them when you're like, man, I just kicked it with him and he was cool as a fan. Like, or I just seen all the great things that he did for the community. And he doing this to his, significant other. Like, it's kind of hard for people to wrap their mind around someone that's actually doing good to be that type of person behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
that's the same thing Frances said about her family. Not like, can't believe this guy is so nice. He's doing this. Like, there's no way he would be this, or there's no way he wouldn't pay the bills. Like, they can't imagine he would be like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't until like much later, like, oh my gosh. And now, like, it's like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Yeah, it's pretty plain to see now, but like at the time it was like there's no. You must be doing something. You must have done something to him, or something must have happened, or you must have spent the money on photography equipment, or like, no, I didn't. I'm not crazy. Wow. So yeah.
Mr. JR, did you not read the title of the show?
I think that people grow up seeing it. And so whenever somebody speaks out against it, they're like, what is, like, they just don't believe it. Because like we said in the previous question, it's normal to them. So they can't believe that somebody is actually speaking out. My mama, she stayed and da-da-da. Like, how dare you speak out how dare you stand up for yourself? And then whenever you do stand up for yourself, well, why did you wait so long? Maybe because I was traumatized. Maybe because I could not fathom. I couldn't even gather my thoughts on what I needed to say. But I always tell people when these kind of conversations come up, you can pick any woman walking down the street, your mama, grandma, or lady in the grocery store. We have all been assaulted in some type of a way by somebody. So if every woman has been assaulted in some type of way, who do you think doing it? And why are you so shocked when we say that?
Yep. It's terrible.
Also, I think that it's some people may have a hard time believing the allegations, including women too, because sometimes we don't want to see the truth. We don't want to believe that is going on. We rather close our eyes to what's really happening, and we are sometimes ashamed of ourselves. Whether it be a woman or a man or whoever. Sometimes we know what's happening, we feel what's happening, we sense something that's happening, instead of standing up and saying, what we think is happening, or asking a question, or just kind of glossing over, or just asking the general question, are you all right? And just, saying, oh yeah, well, it'll be all right. And kind of sensing something is deeper, just kind of, brushing it under the table, under the rug or whatever, and keeping it moving. And we may be embarrassed at ourselves. I know that sometimes, as a teacher, I sense something is up with a student. And there have been times when, somebody has been not acting quite right. And instead of me digging a little deeper because I got to get to my lesson, or I got to get to a meeting, or I got to do something else, I, brushed them aside, and I should have stayed with them a little bit longer. And then later on, I regretted it, and so it's easier for me to blame the student with their bad behavior than me to say, well, I should have stayed with them a little bit longer. I should have took more time with them. I should have asked more questions. And so that's why it's harder, I think it's harder to, believe sometimes allegations for those reasons.
Yeah. Adrian, why do you think it's hard for people to believe it?
Well, I mean, like I kind of just said it, because we see them a certain kind of way. The way. Go ahead.
I wanted to come back to you because you made a statement about Cassie and Diddy. Your first take was what?
My first take was, money grab. My first take was, okay, she's with a guy that doesn't have that much money. Time has passed. And, now she need to go on and clean up, because she was looking for 20 to 30 million. And what I was saying was, if you want justice, why are you seeking money? Right. But I fall victim to that. Right. And hey, I've done it. We've all done it. I pretty much, think of, oh man, you out here for a money grab, or oh man, you not really. That didn't really happen to you. I mean, because also we have seen it where it didn't happen, and evidence has showed. But it's easy for me to go that way because of Diddy's status, and who he is. Whether right or wrong, it's easy to go that because why? He has money. So it's like, oh, you just want his money. Easy, quiet, let me get it. And so, yeah. But then, of course, once again, also, over the last few weeks, I've definitely changed my tune. And, I've been like, ooh, yeah, dang, I forgot about Diddy did this. I forgot they was talking about this, because what we're seeing is all these things are coming back up that Diddy has done or been in the news for. And you like, yeah, this stuff don't sound right. Like something going on here. But I did at first be like, I don't know if I believe that. So yeah, I fell victim to this question.
And my concern with people who may not seek justice for their abuse or whatever, my concern with the money grab thing is who are we to tell somebody what justice they should seek? If I'm being abused, maybe I don't want my abuser to go to jail. Maybe I do want them to suffer financially. Maybe I want you to see my name in your account every time you write a check. Maybe I want street justice. I want my cousins and them to kick your ass. Like, they're different. I think if it's my abuse, I should be the one who determines what justice I get. It shouldn't be some clear-cut textbook of who determines what justice I get. So the money grab thing is okay. So what if it's a money grab? If that's what she sees justice as, because she knows money's important to him, so get his money. If that's the only way you can humiliate him and make him pay for what he did to you, go get it.
Right. So, and then it also makes you realize that, whether you don't believe it, not believe it, you keep your comments to yourself until, the evidence has shown its face, right? Don't pick a side. Just let the evidence, because eventually what comes out, what's done in the dark is going to come to light, right? So, whether you think like, oh, I don't know, just be quiet and it'll show itself. So that way now you can say, oh, dang, he played.
The funny thing with Diddy is not one person has come out to say, oh, he ain't do nothing. That ain't
right. No one. I don't know if you saw the interview with the Locks. They like, yeah, I'm staying away from Diddy because a lot of people, they know, like, I mean, and we've seen it, like, yeah, Diddy on some other stuff, right? like everybody say that Diddy on some other stuff. It's
And
just
he's
way
told
too
it
much.
publicly too, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, and this was even before Cassie, right?
Yes.
A lot of people have publicly said Diddy was on some other stuff. We just, you know what I mean? Because we're not there and we don't see it. We just kind of like, you know, there's no video of it or anything like that. So you just like, and then now you start to roll the tape after she said what she said, and you like, hold up now. Okay. Because, you know, of course, this is conspiracy as well, too. You know, people say he had a part of Biggie because Biggie was leaving him, just like the same thing with Tupac leaving Suge. They were saying Biggie was finna start his own thing, his own label, you know, with his own people, and he didn't like that because, I mean, Biggie really was his whole sole purpose that was the machine behind what he was doing, right? Hey, we know? No. But at this point, can you say I can't put it past? Yeah, I
It's
can't.
so happened. Everybody come up missing or dead when just saying. People just keep coming up dead. I don't know.
The craziest thing to me with that whole Diddy and Cassie was like, we didn't have much time to sit and think about it because the next morning they had settled. Like, I feel like the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, I feel like that went on as long as COVID happened. Like, I feel like we were in it for 3 years. It was forever. And, you know, people weren't even done writing their think pieces on the whole Cassie thing. And the next morning we all woke up and it was like, settled.
Epic Records was like, oh, no. You will not. You are a liability. Fix it now. Give her $100 million. Get her out of here. She got way too much information. She got to go. Give her coins. Yeah, so, but though it's crazy because somebody like Cassie or even the women who do like make false allegations, I don't even understand like the scrutiny that you get behind making the allegation. Why would you want to lie? Because it comes with so much scrutiny when you come out and say it. And that leads me to my next topic. Should there be charges brought up on people who falsely accuse someone of abuse?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Number one, Carolyn Bryant. She's still alive. Lock her ass up.
I think she dead.
No, she's still alive.
I thought she died.
I
don't know why I thought that lady died.
Lock that bitch up. Lock her ass up. I cannot stand it.
Ben did. I mean, locked up. If y'all know who Carolyn Bryant is, she's the lady who lied about Emmett Till whistling at her that got him killed.
Yeah, she's still alive.
I thought maybe I wanted her to be dead.
I think you wanted her to be,
but she ain't.
I think she's in South Carolina. I think she's like in a home.
It wouldn't shock me.
She moved. I thought she was in Mississippi.
Lord,
she's still out this way.
She's still in Mississippi?
I thought she was, but
child.
Who knows?
Yeah, I think that would if they made it, if you are found to be lying, the same amount of time that he would have gotten for being found guilty, you're gonna get that time.
Yeah, I know that was our former governor's auntie.
Right.
Governor Phil Bryant. So prior to Tate Reeves.
Oh, she died this year.
Okay.
They didn't let that make it to the newspaper.
I know that lady died.
She died April 25th.
Yeah. I knew she died. The Lord wouldn't let her see 2024. No. But yeah, I think there's definitely
a little something for.
Yeah, all right. Go get them boys from Chicago to do her grave like they do them other boys' grave.
Right.
All right, y'all. We got one more topic. How does or will your experience with domestic abuse affect your dating or love life going forward?
Well, I mean, it makes me very cautious. I just say like any inconsistencies, it definitely it makes me very cautious. I would say it makes me skittish, actually. Unfortunately. I'm still praying on it. I'm still praying on it. It makes me not want to like I do want to be in a long-term relationship, like marriage in the future, but like as of right now, I am on the fence about a lot of things.
Have you tried therapy?
I did, but then I quit.
I quit.
I quit. I'm gonna go back eventually, but right now I'm supposed to make a list. That's the last time I went. I'm supposed to make this list, and then I started the list, and then I realized I don't really know myself well enough to make this list, and so I've been doing some soul searching to make this list, and then I ain't been back since. So I'm working on my list. When I make my list, I'll go back.
The list, I'm sure the list didn't have to be perfect. You could have took the incomplete list back and told your therapist that you didn't know yourself well enough to finish the list, and y'all could have worked through that.
That is true.
And I you know, I offer these things because, you know, we all work in progress and life is so short. And I hate that somebody came along and did some stupid shit and ruined your entire experience because of their inconsistencies. But people are always going to be inconsistent.
That is true.
We just got to figure out what inconsistency we're willing to deal with. And that trigger, like my therapist told me, you got to turn your triggers into tools. So now you're more aware. So you understand what to look for, what not to look for. You understand what the red flags really look like. And I think you shouldn't waste your last years on this earth being a victim in a cage to somebody else when you got so much life to live and you got so much to offer. Go get that healing and go out there and go outside, girl.
I go outside and I come back inside before it get dark.
You got to come back inside. Somebody with you.
Oh my goodness. It's scary outside.
It ain't scary. Like them devils will run. Like the devils will run, I promise you. You repel them. You got this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think a lot of times, even without even mental abuse, emotional abuse, all types of abuse that people are exposed to in relationships, women are very sensitive creatures. Like, we are wired a certain way, we are built a certain way, and a lot of times men do not understand how damaging it is. Like men will say, "Oh, well, all men cheat. Oh, get over it. Oh, you'll be all right. It ain't that serious." It's like, no, that shit hurt. And I'm damaged for years. You got women who have been single for years. Men go right, oh shit, fuck that. I'm going next. Men don't take a break. Next.
Next.
Yeah, they go to the next one. Like, you got women
that same emotional damage, whatever they had, to the next relationship, and then they set up, and then like, oh, well, that one's messed up. Let's go over here to the next one.
And they just mess up another woman and another woman and another woman. It's like, can we stop this?
I want to heal completely. I don't want to take anything to the next relationship. I want to be whole. I want to be whole.
Know that your healing and your wholeness cannot be tested unless you're testing it with somebody else. It's cool to be healed by yourself, but how you know you healed if you're not interacting with other people?
And besides, people my age, they weird. Like, dudes my age, they weird. Like, if
don't say that.
You try somebody. Okay, wait, back up. I'm back up.
Okay.
You in a whole relationship already. You got somebody. The ones who ain't got nobody, ain't doing nobody, they weird. They don't know how to interact with people. Like, they single for a reason. They haven't, whatever it was that broke them up the last time, they ain't worked on that, and they don't know how to put the pieces to the puzzle.
What's the age group you're dating?
I would say
you're talking about, not dating.
I would say 40 to 55.
So just imagine this: men that are 40 to 55 years old, normally, because they control this, are married.
Exactly. Usually.
Yeah. So
know how to Okay.
Or their passport.
The ones who aren't married are weird. They're
That's
weird.
why they're not married.
Exactly. And they don't know how to like talk to women or like lead or say hi. You want to go to Starbucks and get coffee or let's converse. They still think it's the 90s.
Oh God. And then stand on Martin.
Right.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you on that.
Y'all rough on the brothers out here, man.
No, I mean, Adrian, you tell me your friends that's 40 to 50 that's not married. Tell me how they are. What's their characteristics and personality like?
No, you wait. Let me think. I gotta process the question. What you doing? I'm processing the question. Okay, hold on. You said my friends 40 to 50 that are not married
or not in serious committed relationships.
Are not in a serious committed relationship. How is their mental? Oh, they trash.
Oh my God.
I say that respectfully. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah. I don't know if they ever gonna settle down, to be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it up with you.
I'm not even saying settle down. I'm just saying like be normal for a date. Just be normal for a date. Just one or two.
Okay, they'll be normal for a date. Yeah,
one, and that's it.
No, they'll be normal for some dates. It's probably after a couple months is when you're gonna really be like, what? Hold up, what's this? What's this going on? They're gonna fool you because they're good. They're gonna fool you until they can't fool you no more.
Why are we still trying to fool people at 40 and 50? That's crazy.
Y'all attacking me. I'm just answering the question. I'm just telling y'all what it is because that's what they used to doing. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all the perspective. It's like the guy that was a star athlete in high school that's still stuck in that mindset. That's what these guys are like. They still stuck in that mindset of trying to bag women, be with women, like, so they gonna put on their best personality when it comes for the first couple of months, but then they gonna look at you like you crazy because you want to settle down and you want a relationship and you want a commitment. Like, what? Ain't that the natural progression of things? And they looking at you like, huh? Like, no, we just having fun. We just out here doing what we do. So
see, them be the ones that fill up them nursing homes, be having all them STDs up in the nursing homes, cutting up.
Let them go to the nursing home because I'm not gonna be their nurse.
Take care of them now.
Nope.
Make sure they straight.
Nope.
Francis, we're gonna go to all the holiday parties on the coast, okay?
Yeah. Got my dresses ready, girl. Got my dresses ready.
She'll be snatched up soon.
She will be.
Yes. She will be just fine, girl. Please.
I didn't see Francis in a social setting and like men just like flock to her, and I'll be like, she's so nice.
No, that was a champagne talking. That wasn't me. I come back to my senses later.
Oh my goodness, Francis.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to have a speed dating with Francis. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Please don't. Please.
She's scared.
I understand though. These streets is a little much. You got to go younger, Francis. You got to go younger.
Younger.
Yes.
Don't listen to it.
But I'm 40. I'm 42. I'll be 42 this month.
32. Go 32.
Can't go 32. What we gonna talk
about? Everything. Yes, you can. If you want something different, you got to do something different.
But that 32-year-old probably gonna want more kids.
I can't have no more kids.
Find somebody that got kids already and don't want no more.
I can't have no more kids. I really can't have no more kids.
35. I'm just saying, if a dude 40 to 50 and they still outside and they control this shit, they outside.
What if I go a little bit older?
What?
60?
60? Because I
It
mean,
ain't
that's the
gonna
next
work.
step. Like you just
55,
said,
right?
40 to 55. So the next step is 60.
You're gonna get worms.
You better you're gonna have to make sure he got that blue pill.
Hell, you need that for these 30-year-olds. Shit.
Stop, Didi. You don't. You know you don't. Didi be exaggerating.
Okay, researching how much these young boys is taking this medicine because the way they eat and the way they drink and the way they party and they shit don't work.
I know.
It's epidemic around here.
I do see youngins, promoting
telling you.
blue chews.
It's bad because they living too fast. They doing too much, and they shit don't work.
Because blue chews is pretty much like Viagra, right? Like
the honey
I don't
packs.
know.
I'm telling you,
Oh, yeah.
they need assistance. It's pretty terrible.
They be on them Percocets.
Yeah, they popping pills. That stuff is really messing them up. Popping all them pills.
Didi, stop.
That's why
Popping
I say
pills, chasing
30. A 30-year-old man is in his prime. That's
a
when you just
40-year-old woman is in her prime. What you mean? That nigga can't keep up.
I'm just saying, a 30. That's when you find your stride at 30.
Okay.
At 30.
I don't think that's what science says, Adrian.
I don't think a man start falling off until he probably about 55.
I ain't saying falling off, but I think that a woman's sexual peak and a man's sexual peak, like the man's sexual peak is like his early 20s, and a woman's is like 40s, 50s.
Listen,
No, a man's sexual peak is not his early 20s. It's like in
I'm
your
just telling you what science
Google
says.
it.
Yes, that's what science says.
A man might finally need a blue pill or something like that when he like 60.
Yeah, man's sexual peak is reaches their
It's
sexual
young.
peak in their late teens and early 20s, while women reach theirs in their late 30s or early 40s.
Yeah, I'm 42. Fade out.
I'm trying to tell you, I knows what I know because I be knowing what I know from experience.
So you telling me 30-year-old dudes need blue pills? Stop.
No.
I'm not saying need blue pill. I'm not saying that.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you that right now in this era that we live in, with all this processed food, these pills they popping, the life they living, yes, they do. I'm telling you that the one I got don't need shit. But I have ran into some, and I'm like, what's wrong with it? Why it don't work?
Maybe he needs you to hug on him a little bit or kiss on him a little bit. I don't know.
I did it all. Acrobatics, twirl, tornadoes, cyclone. You walking around, man, you gonna do me like this? Can't believe you gonna do me like this. I'm like, you're talking to him?
He talking to it like that? Oh,
Yes.
well, clearly it done did it to him before, you know?
Exactly. I'm like, what am I doing right now? Am I supposed to be supportive? I've never had this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. 30.
You need to detox.
A cleansing, some sage, a detox. I'm telling you, that fast life will get you. I sure hope he ain't watching that.
Ouch.
It ain't my man, bro. My man good.
I hope.
You know me. I throw more. Anyway, y'all. I can't be here acting like Granny because Granny was giving out all her secrets last night. Well, y'all, that's the end of the show, and this is the part of the show where we give our guests and our co-hosts a chance to tell people what they have coming up for the week, how people can follow you on social media, any of that good stuff. If you want to announce anything, let the people know. You got anything, Francis?
Well, I really don't have anything going on. I mean, other than the chess tournament in Goshen, Mississippi, Goshen High School this weekend. That's all we got going on. That's about it. But
Okay, chess tournament. That's what I'm talking about.
Are y'all any good? The team any good?
Oh, our team, our middle school, like we are some superheroes and villains over here. I mean, I'm saying my students are like pinky in the brain. Like we got some really, really dingy ones that just their brain is just amazing, but you won't know that by looking at them. But they're really, really intelligent kids.
I love it. I love it. That's so awesome. What about you, Dreen?
I have my oldest daughter is turning 19 this week on
Oh,
Saturday. So she says she's turning up. I don't know where because you can't do nothing at 18.
That's
But
funny.
that's all I got going on.
Go to Dave and Buster's or something. Oh shoot, my bad. Don't even.
Oh,
I ain't
We
even.
got
Say
big friends. We got
We
Dang.
got one in New Orleans. The closest one in New Orleans. They got one in New Orleans now.
I be forgetting, DD. Like they don't, Yeah, you got all that type of stuff. So you forget that down there they don't have.
It's just a little bit different. That's all. Same but different.
Yeah.
I've been to Gulfport. Child. I was thinking Fort Walton Beach, so we used to go to Biloxi all the time.
Oh yeah.
Some drunk days. What you got going on, Adrian?
Hey man, same old man. Corrupted minds, man, with these clients training and coaching. So trying to get some rest. I need some around here at some point.
No rest with them babies.
Man, look, it's over with. Life done. I'm done. You see this beard is like literally getting grayer every week. I'm trying to tell you. I try to tell people like I did not have gray hair. I do now. It's over with. I'm just gonna get grayer every week. By next year, you're gonna be watching the progression of the videos and my whole beard. I'm just saying.
At least it's still connected.
That's what you get for hunching.
It's always gonna be connected. What I get for hunching? Oh man.
That's what you get. See, y'all laughed at me. Oh, she had a baby early. Now she grown. You having babies? My baby having a baby.
I'm old. I got babies. I'm old. I'm out here. Most of my friends they starting grandbaby, like you said. Like I'm out here with a baby. I started late. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had my first kids after 35. So.
Dee, what you got going?
Well, this weekend I'm taking my son to the Dallas Eagles game. So y'all pray for me down there with them crazy fans. With all my gear on. My daughter's birthday's coming up too, December 19th. She'll be 27. She ain't getting nothing because everything goes to my grandbaby now.
Aww.
That's how it go.
What else? We got to decide what's our last show before the holidays. Decide what date that is. I don't really have nothing, After I done piss people off this week, I'm gonna just sit around and be quiet.
Now we're just gonna keep pissing people off.
Who you got coming on the Core Queen podcast this week?
Oh, tomorrow on the Core Queen podcast, I have Charlotte's own morning show radio host, No Limit Larry, is coming on. So he's a pretty big damn deal. Yeah, so he'll be on tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna start some shit in the city with this conversation.
What time does the show air?
Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, YouTube and Facebook. So y'all please tune in, comment, because folks in Charlotte about to be mad after this interview. Y'all know I like to watch shit. So it's gonna be fun.
Didi always talking crazy on Facebook.
No, I'm just trying to help the people.
Okay. That's what you call it.
The ladies hate me. They really do. I'd be like, Adrian, I need backup.
Hey man. Didi want them to hate me like they hate her. That's all it is.
I think I'll be responding nicely. I try. I mean, no, I ain't gonna keep letting you use the same excuse though.
But that's what's gonna happen. I don't care who you talking to, whether you talking to men or you talking to women. Men gonna have excuses, women gonna have excuses, and once again, that's the reason why things are the way they are.
And I give equal fire. One day I get the men, next day I get the women. I give it equally. They could be mad all over. If you write a dissertation, I ain't reading it. I ain't got time for that.
Yo, you be having some people, they be writing 4-page letters. I be like, ain't nobody finna read all this. No, you better put parts of it in different comments. And
my homeboy be commenting when he sees something long like that. He be like, Cliff Notes, please. Don't worry about it because I'm not gonna read it. No.
Right? You like
want to argue? Nope. Well, y'all, it was great tonight. We appreciate everybody in the comments. We will see y'all next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell down there. Like and comment on the episode. Share this with your people. Let the folks know. If you want to be a guest on the Breaking Barriers podcast, let us know. Send us a DM or inbox. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, a video you want us to talk about, send it to us and we'll be glad to talk about it. And we will see y'all next Tuesday. Y'all don't be out here cutting up. No drinking and driving, okay?
Yes.
We're out.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.